there, everyone. Welcome back to another podcast. I think this is like episode 12. I don't remember what episode this is, but I hope you're all doing well. Happy Tuesday for you all. I have a devotion for you guys, or a message, whatever it is. I'm losing my mind already. But I think what I need to start with is talking about storms. So in my house, when I grew up, we loved thunderstorms. Loved them. To the point where we would go drive to go see them, which is totally safe. Totally safe. Yeah, what could happen to us? We would be storm chasers, if you will. If it was like a good enough away and we can go to a place to watch it, we would. And so there's a couple of things of like storms that I want to talk about. The first, though, was when I was in Colorado. We had tornado sirens going, and that's rare out there, at least for when we were there. And I looked outside my window. We're on the third story. Looked outside my window, and there is a funnel cloud that's dropping that I could see like 100 yards, but then it goes down, and then it comes out sideways, and you can just see that thing spinning. And I was like, Julia, we're going to the basement. And we took our little... Boomy was like 9 weeks old at the time. Here's a picture of him right here. But it was so scary because those are the type of storms that we don't want to see. We want to see good lightning strikes. That's kind of what my family wanted to see. But we can see tornadoes from a distance. That was a little close to us. And under that same breath, we went swimming once, or I went swimming once, in Florida. It wasn't really a storm. It was more like stormy waters. And it was during a yellow flag day. So they had a couple different flags to tell you how the water was. Green flag is like, everything's fine. Blue flag, there was like aquatic life that would, like parasites and stuff. Yellow flag, getting rough. Red flag, shouldn't swim. And then no swim, like red flag with a cross. And so we went in during the yellow flag weather. And we were at a place called Siesta Key, which is like nice sand. Really, really, oh, it's so beautiful there. And usually you can walk out and just walk until it's taller than you. Very slow, gradual walk. Takes like 40 yards to get to the part where you can kind of swim. We walk out 10 feet, and it is up to our armpits. 10 feet. We're supposed to be walking this whole way because what's happening is the current of the beach is running parallel. And it's so powerful that it swept all the sand away from that spot. And we were trying to boogie board there, and the waves are massive. And so we get out a little ways after about 10 minutes of trying to walk into the water, and it's pushing us sideways. And we get one run in, and then we do it again, and we get a second run in, and then we're done. And we are like 400 yards down the beach. It pushed us so far. It was completely crazy how strong that water was. It gave me a whole new respect for the ocean. And I have felt these things, and then I read in the Bible things like in Mark chapter 4, verses 35 to 41. And then I picture this. So, on that day, when evening had come, he, Jesus, said to them, "Let us go across to the other side." And leaving the crowd, they took him with them in the boat, just as he was. And other boats were with him. And a great windstorm arose, just like in Florida. And the waves were breaking into the boat, so that the boat was already filling. But he was in the stern, asleep on the cushion. And they woke him and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we're perishing? We're going to die. Jesus, we're going to die." And he awoke, and he rebuked the wind and the sea, and said, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. He said to them, "Why are you so afraid? Have you still no faith?" And they were filled with great fear, and said to one another, "Who then is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?" So, like, when I picture this scene, I picture, like, huge waves, like, tornado-type winds, like, filling the boat, and they're like, we're going to die. We're going to die. Jesus' disciples were fishermen. They knew storms. They knew boats. And they're like, Jesus, we're going to die. How are you sleeping? And he says to the wind and to the sea, peace, be still. Just quiet. And he says to them, why are you still afraid? Have you still no faith? And so my question is, and this I feel like is very relatable at this point. We are in a hard time. We are in a unsure time. I don't know if you guys have been to the store. I don't recommend you go. I just went today. No one talks to each other. Everyone's looking down. Everyone has masks on. Everyone's taking precautions because I think we all have the same thought in our head. I don't want to get sick. And I think that's our thought. And we should take preventions to not get sick. But the question of, why are you afraid? Don't you know who I am? Has been coming to my mind. I know who Jesus is. Then why am I afraid of things like he's not in control of it? And so that's the question I want to ask. Is there a storm in your life right now? Are you afraid of that storm? And it's okay to be afraid. But in the middle of that storm, remember who you serve. We serve the one that by the sound of his voice can stop stormy waters, can stop the wind. He can do so much more when it comes to our lives. And if we think that this is a storm that he can handle, we are wrong. He can handle any storm that there has ever been. We serve a God who is greater, who saves us, who says peace to nature and to people, and they are filled with it. So, as you go out into your week, know the peace of Christ. Give him the storm that you are feeling, because he can make it calm again. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday, and we'll see you on Thursday for the next podcast. See you guys. Bye.